Okay, so let's start with the cages. Now, Woody has the cage that's red and white, and I had to put that together at the last minute. It's 6 foot by 6 foot by 3 foot wide, and has three levels. The bottom is for newspaper, the middle is for his shelf to look out the window, bask, and eat, and then you can see the little ramp going up to the third level, which is his hide box. And he likes that, but he's getting too big for it. Now, Gizmo, her cage was a donated cage. It's made out of 2x2s, and if you look, there's a seam down the center of it, and the hooks in the front there. When you undo the hooks at the top, middle, and bottom, the cage separates into two halves so that you can wheel it through a doorway. Now, that cage is just screening, and it has three levels, just like Woody's. It only came with two levels, but I modified it at the top for a hide box where the towel is. And anyway, she's like that cage, but she's outgrowing the cage, and iguanas need a lot of space and exercise, and during the winter time they really need that indoors because they can't go outside. So I'm going to get rid of the cages and give them the whole room. Now, on Gizmo's cage, you can see I got the Megaray combo lighting from reptileuv.com, and you got the Megaray UVB light on the right, the halogen in the back, and the 5000 Kelvin compact fluorescent non-UVB light on the left. And this gives them the full spectrum of colors so they can see right when they're indoors. Now here's Woody in his cage. You can see his cage was just pieces of plywood and paneling put together, and then that wood block in the corner there, I put several of those throughout the corners, at the top, bottom, and middle, and just a little bit of wood glue and a nail gun, and that holds his cage together. And you can see I use the closet organizer shelves for him to walk on and bask. I usually cover him with towels, but he knocked his towels down, showing off at me for the picture. Anyway, you can see that he has the Megaray UVB light on the left here, the fluorescent. He has a tube light, and that's non-UVB, and then the halogen bulb in the back there to give him full color spectrum lighting. And now I'll show you the new room. You can see I cut Woody's cage in half there. I needed room to put a dryer in this room, and you can see I added in all their favorite plants from outside. That way I don't have to buy those next year, and they can enjoy them all winter long when they can't go outside. You can see I've got Megaray combo lighting throughout the room, and I put linoleum down the floor and up the sides of the walls to protect the carpeting in case any of them has an accent. And I also put newspaper down there too. You can see I have hanging baskets and all kind of plants. There's Woody on his shelf enjoying the full width of the window and his Megaray combo lighting, which you can see here. Now you can see I have the Megaray combo lighting on the right hand side at the top and bottom shelf. In the center I have a fluorescent. The top one has a compact fluorescent non-UVB bulb, and the bottom has just a fluorescent tube that's also non-UVB. And then on the right hand sides I have the two halogen bulbs for a second basking spot, an extra color for their eyes, but it has no UVB on that end. And that way they can decide whether they want to be warm, cold, or basking in UVB themselves while they're looking out their full window. Now I can't stress enough how much this is a huge improvement, not only in lighting, but to have a full window like that to look out of so that they can people watch, see what time of day it is, what season it is. This really helps with their immune system and to keep them happy and healthy throughout the year. This is something that you really got to try to do with your iguana or any reptile. This really makes a big difference, especially in their immune system, and it really makes them happy and gives them something to do when you're not around. Okay, so we'll look around some more here. You can see the top and bottom shelves. There's Woody. I still got to play with the wiring a little bit. Like I say, this is not done. Right now, Woody's using Binty's pet carrier there for a hide box. You can see the more plants I added. There's some newspaper at the bottom. And a hide box, that's Woody's old hide box Binty is trying out. He really thinks that's pretty fun. But that's going to be Gizmo's hide box, or Woody's, whoever wants to use it. And then below that, on the next shelf, I'll build a second hide box there for for one or the other to use. And that little fixture there by the pet carrier, that was a Megaray heat projector to use at nighttime to give them a little bit extra heat. And you can see I put in a big 4-foot long fluorescent light at the top also to add in more light throughout the room. And then in the, you can see we're backing up, we have more plants throughout the room, and it really brightens up their day to have all this stuff. It really makes them feel good. Now when I water the plants and spray them with the misting bottle, that'll add a lot of humidity throughout the room and really make them feel good to have all those colors, all them plants to look at, plus the humidity. And you can see I used brackets on the walls, plus I hung them from hooks with chains so that the shelves will be very sturdy and won't move. You can see Woody here, he really loves it. He's basking under the halogen. He doesn't want a UVB light right now, but he does want some extra heat to digest his food. So he's got that with the halogen bulb, and he's really loving it, and it really makes him feel good. And he's really enjoying all the new changes and being that he's gotten out of a cage now, and he has the whole room to use and enjoy. So for one last look around, you can see all the lighting and the plants, and you can see the couch there. That's an antique couch. That's one of my next projects, maybe next year, to restore that. But in the meantime, like I say, I have to use a room for a little bit of storage, but you know, with a little bit of thought, you can make room for both the iguanas and storage. And of course, there's Gizmo's old cage in 2 pieces. I've got to figure out what to do with that. Maybe I can donate it to one of our volunteers. Oh yeah, and here's the halogen lights and the ceiling fan. The fan creates a lot of airflow, and the halogen lights put out a lot of light, a little bit of heat. And you can see Benty here, he's trying out the hide box. He really likes that hide box. And also, here's a little diagram of a small enclosure for a small reptile. If you're just starting out, or you have just smaller lizards, you can see there's multiple basking spots with and without UVB, and hiding spots. And if you go to the website at the bottom there, they have a lot more information as well. And so I'll have more parts of this series where I show you how, in more detail, how I built it and how it comes out when I'm completely done.